Good morning, everyone. It's Jo from Jo's Family Creates. I wanted to share this Halloween mini album I made with the slice die cutting machine by Making Memories. And I used Spooky Alley. And this is what it has. And they're really cute, and you can cut them from 1 inch up to 4 inch, and because this is the MS Plus, that allows you to do a shadow, which is really cool, but I didn't do any of that today. And I used K & Company's Halloween paper. I use this pack here. I used Recollections Raven Manor from last year's Halloween papers. I used Echo Park Killingsworth papers from 2 Peas in a Bucket. I used a couple cutouts from there. And October Afternoon sticker sheet, Witch Hazel. I used a couple of the font letterings. And I used this tag here to make a band around the witch's hat, and I'll show you in just a second. Now I only made this 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of paper, but they're double-sided, which gives us 8 sheets, and then I bound it with the Bind It All. And I'll start showing you which came from the slice. The cat came from the slice. I don't know how well you're seeing. The boots, the hat, and this is the band that I told you I made out of from the sticker sheet. The ghost. The 2013 came from a sticker sheet. This is a fancy tag from Spellbinder Dies. This is Halloween cupcake holders from Michaels. This is a Jolene's Boutique spider from last year, leftover. And this is some bling. I don't know which package I got that out of. But the Boo is Fun Foam, and you can buy them all ready, pre-cut. And I took the label off, so I don't know who made that. I think I got it at the Dollar Tree. And for the bling, I used Recollections Halloween Rhinestones, the black and orange. And that's what I used for the cat's eyes, the buttons on the boots, and around the tag. And I used orange peel and milled lavender stickles. The orange peel I used around the hat, around the ghost, around the Boo. And I embossed the Happy Halloween. That came from an Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo stamp. And on this page, the purple frame came from a negative. I was cutting out a Spellbinder die, and this was left over. And then I embossed it, and then made a boo-boo when I was gluing down Beware, so I kind of had to make some speech bubbles coming out of the vial. This is a slice cutout, the crossbones from the slice, the skull and bones from the slice. The word spells and Beware came from the slice, and then I just embossed them with black ink. Black powder, embossing powder. The banner came from the Echo Park cutaway from here, the Chillingsworth. And then I just wrote Banshee Brew, which was here. I thought that was pretty neat, and the little symbols. And then I colored the bottles of tonic and whatever the other one is. And then I used glossy accent to go over it all. The word candy, the candy banner, came from the paper collection, and I just cut that out from one of the sheets. And I embossed the vial with orange markers. I'll show you just a second. They are Wet Looks embossing markers. And this I embossed with black embossing powder. And I used the orange and the purple to make speech bubbles around the words. Since I screwed it up, I had to make it match. Do something. And then the cauldron came from a Jolie's Boutique Halloween collection from last year, and the candy corn also with the bling on it. And then I raised the banner with some foam dots. And that's that page. The next page. This was a collection from the Ravenhead Manor Recollections paper collection from last year. This was a cutout, spooky banner was a cutout from the paper collection. The clouds, I had some leftover black textured paper, and I punched clouds out from a Fisker cloud punch, and then just used Joann's Crafty Essential white ink and took my finger and rubbed it over. The bats, the spider and the spider web, and the tombstones are from Inkadinkadoo stamps, which I embossed with black ink. I'll show you what that looks like. I used Inkadinkadoo's tombstone stamp. I used the spiderweb stamp and the spider, and Happy Halloween I used on the front. And for the dripping blood and the blood splatters and the Dracula and the casket. Oh, and the bats came from Martha Stewart's stamp collection here. The fence is Martha Stewart's Picket Fence Punch. And then I inked it up with some distress paint. I covered it with metallics and other colors. And then I think I clear embossed it over the top. I'm not certain. And the rats, the cat, and the ghost are punches from Marvy. EK Success. Yeah, they're all small punches. And the spooky castle in the background is cut out from the slice, and I used a piece of yellow fun foam to lift it up and to make it glow. I glued that on. I glued everything down with glossy accents, and then I covered it with black soot crackle paint. And then this banner came from the Echo Park's Chillingsworth paper collection. I cut it out from there. And I used Tim Holtz paper distresser, and went around the edges and kind of rolled them. And then I used some of the blood splatter from the Martha Stewart stamps, and I glued it to toothpicks, and I even broke it. And the toothpicks I rubbed mushroom and black soot, distress paint. I rubbed it with my finger over the top and then I glued that down. And then I went around the edges with black soot. Trying to think anything else. The bats here came from my mother from last year. I had them left over. She cut them out from a I guess a Sizzix die. The next page, the boots, the witch, and the hat were cut out from the slice. Oh, and the RIP, rest in peace. They were all cut out from the slice and covered with the black soot crackle paint, all that. And I used purple bling for my stash. The buttons on the boots were actually little tiny rhinestones, and I covered them with a purple Sharpie. The broom was from Jolie's Boutique from last year, the Halloween collection. The witch is from the fun foam that was already cut out. And here's where I used the milled lavender on the witch. And I guess I didn't let it dry enough and it kind of smeared. And I used it on the hat. And this paper, the mat, photo mat, was from the Recollections Ravenhead paper collection from last year. And this paper here was from free digital stamps from last year, and then I cut it out with a die. And I believe that was it. And this one I actually had fun doing. The Beware, the spider, and this little delicate spider web frame were cut out from the slice. I used a white Signo pen to make stitching marks around that to make it stand up, and I popped it up with some foam. The spider I outlined with a metallic silver marker, and I screwed up on the back of the spider, so I looked around to see what I could use, and I found some flocking, so I used that, glued that down, and it's really cute. And the eyes, I used the pearls again, and I covered them with a red Sharpie and glued it down with some hot glue and a foam dot behind the back. The frame, I used the same silver metallic marker and just dotted it to make it stand out, and I glued that down with glossy accents. And this spider was Jolie's Boutique Halloween collection from last year. And this webbing is, it came from a package, a bigger package that you can use like on your porch or in a window, you know, for a Halloween scene. And I glued that down with the glue gun. That was really fun to make. And this page I kind of wimped out on. And this collection here was the stamp collection from Inkadinkadoo. I think I used them all except the dog. So I used all that, and then I embossed it with black embossing powder. And the Trick or Treat was already pre-cut. And this photo mat, I don't know where that paper collection came from. I don't know. And Happy Halloween was stamped and embossed with black embossing powder. And the moon was actually from photo paper, 4x6 photo paper, that I did a video on it last year where I was using embossing folders and then inking them up. And I used spice marmalade for the raised area and the the bottom portion was yellow, and that was something lemonade. Oh. Mustard seed. That was mustard seed. So that was that page. That was really quick. And this, I just took a ruler and a black Faber-Castell paint pen and went around that to make it stand out. And this page, the frame is another negative from a spellbinder die. And I inked it up with Tim Holtz Distress Inks. I used peeled paint, spice marmalade, mustard seed, and vintage photo. Yeah, I did that around there. I did the same on the October and the pumpkin, and as you can see, you see how this I kind of liked it, so that's why I kept it. But I kind of made a boo-boo on the slice when I was cutting them out. I didn't move it far enough, and the pumpkin, I mean, the word October cut out right through the pumpkin. But, you know, I saved it. Didn't matter. And this is a Martha Stewart punch, the Radiant Star. I just saw that laying around. I grabbed it and glued it down. And then these are the Inkadinkadoo stamps. I believe it was Inkadinkadoo. Now, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Inkadinkadoo. It's Hampton Art. Hampton Art. I used this set of pumpkins. I used that pumpkin. And I stamped them. I used the Wet Looks embossing markers, and then I used clear embossing marker over the top, and cut them out, and then glued them with glossy accents and some foam pop dots. And the 31st came from the October Afternoon sticker sheet. The font here. All the stickers. I went around the edge of October with a with the Faber-Castell marker to make it stand out a little more. And that was that. I mean, it was really quick and easy. I had fun. I tried to make it very simple because it's for my daughter. She's 5 years old, and just something that she can take to school, you know, next week, and when we print out all her Halloween photos and share with her classmates. So I hope you liked it. Have a great day and happy crafting. Thanks. Bye.